On refraction, basically getting the refractive index angular glass block. So the first step, or the first thing to do, we need to draw the outline of the glass on the piece of paper, which we are using printing paper of that glass block. Once that is done, as you can see, the other thing we need a normal on any of the sides of that glass block. Like in this case, you can just pick a normal at any point. I can pick it halfway. Then you have the normal. After that, we take an angle of incidence, which will be ranging from the minimum to the maximum value we can. So for instance, we can decide to start with 10. So you measure the 10 degrees from the normal, as we know that the angle of incidence is usually measured from the normal. Once we do that, we take our block back and put it on its outline, the one we drew at the beginning. Then we use the pins to help us locate the incident ray, which in this case we just have the two pins along that incident line we drew, which is at angle of 10 degrees as we had stated earlier on. Once we do that, we use the other side where we not place the pins to locate the point where the pins will be in line. So, and I will show you how that is done. Get them along this other side, and we'll be moving our eye along this line until a point where we see the two pins to be in a single, or rather in one line, or you are assuming you are seeing a single pin. So let's just move with it, we see where we get it. So as you can see from the video, we are actually seeing those two pins as one pin. Yeah. So at that point, that is where we put our pins, or the second pins. So like in this case, there. So this is where we have the pins to be in straight line, and there. So we use those points. Okay. Once we do that, we remove everything. So we remove the block and the pins, and then we join these 2 points made by the pin using a ruler, as like that. So when we join them using a ruler, and we'll also need to join that point to the normal that we drew earlier on. Having drawn that, this was the angle of incidence, this is the angle of refraction. So that is how we get refraction, the angle of incidence and refraction, and then we can use the formula of refractive index, which is sine I over sine R. So to help us get the refractive index, and this procedure can be repeated severally with different angles.